Okay, hey guys, Gummiter Zero here. Welcome to the Railway Empire, and it's a beautiful Sunday here, and we are going to check out this new game. It's relatively new. I got it the day it came out. I had it on pre-order, and I'm just now getting around to checking it out here. I thought we would take a look at the first campaign. Now, this is the introductory campaign, and so it's got all of the tutorial stuff in it. I already played through the first part of this campaign just to see how the tutorial worked and stuff. And I actually got three achievements out of this already. Let's see. How do I see the ones? Recent achievements. Here we go. No brakes on the hype train. What is a steam engine? And connect two cities from A to B. Connect two cities. So we're going to do all that and just do the tutorial part, and you guys can see if you like it. If you do, if I get some good feedback here or from Facebook or Twitter, etc., then maybe we'll do some more videos of this game. But let's check it out, okay? The Great Plains. The first chapter takes you to the construction site of the Union Pacific Railroad, which was started in 1863. So this is just before the end of the Civil War, actually. And this is not the earliest railroad in America, obviously, but this is pretty long ago. We're just going to do it on normal.
Time is money.
And so with this one, we're going to receive 5% higher freight prices. Isn't that cool? Wouldn't that be a really neat, that would be a neat poster or painting, I think.
In 1863, on the banks of the Missouri River, the last chapter in the monumental undertaking of the Transcontinental Railroad began. The workers of the Union Pacific Railroad began laying their tracks westward from Omaha through the wild heart of the North American continent. Massive challenges awaited them.
All right, let's just skip that.
Greetings. My name is Thomas Clark Durand. Exactly, the head of Union Pacific. We will go down in history as the ones who created the Transcontinental Railroad. And that, my friend, is your job as chief engineer. I can't supervise everything here on site right now, as I have to meet with some politicians in Washington. First, you should familiarize yourself with the basic controls. Move the camera in all directions. Now, test the camera's zoom function. You can also rotate the camera. Give it a try. Very good. Now you know the basic controls. Your first task is to create a rail connection between Omaha and Norfolk to the northwest. Both cities will need a station for this. You already have a station in Omaha, but you still need to build one in Norfolk. To do this, switch to building construction mode.
Okay, so where do we want to put this? We want to make sure we get the whole... You know, if we do this, we can get the whole city very easily. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and we're just going to do a small one. You hit LB and RB to rotate them. I figured that out. And let's put this like right here. Maybe right here.
Very good. Now the two stations need to be connected with tracks. To do this, switch to track construction mode.
Okay, before I do that, now notice that it moved all these buildings away from the station, right? So the station's there, and everything around it got adjusted to it. And the controls are a little janky, so here I'll show you what I mean. So let's go to controls.
Now
For
plan
track.
the tracks between the stations in Norfolk and Omaha. To do this, select the 2 station tracks one after the other. Then pay for your track planning.
Okay, so we click here to connect there. And then we very simply click here. And then to build the route we hit, so that was A, and then we hit Y to build the route.
Now create your first train so that you can set up a rail line between your stations.
Pardon me. All right, let's see now. Create train.
Initially, your train only exists on paper. It's not much use to you without a locomotive.
A locomotive. I don't know what their original language is here, but it's not American English. Also, I'll notice that it's called Railway Empire instead of Railroad Empire, which makes it European. So, I'm not really sure. This is an Xbox One X game, and it comes with 4K Ultra HD HDR, which is pretty cool, too. I don't have an HDR TV, though. I was going to get one, but my recording equipment's for 1080p, so that wouldn't work too well. We only have one. We only have one locomotive available to us. It's a Philadelphia 060. So it doesn't have any pilot wheels. It has 6 driving wheels, and it doesn't have any trailing wheels. So let's go ahead and we'll buy it. All right.
Additionally, each train needs a rail line that passes through all the stations it should stop at.
So then we're going to manage the rail line. So we hit X.
Now join your 2 stations to the rail line by selecting them one after the other.
And then we hit A on this station. And A on this
That's
station.
enough for your first rail line. Now confirm it so it becomes active. Very good. Now you can see the journey your train will take. If there is something to transport, the train will automatically take it.
All right. So it looks like we're taking a full train, and it's fully loaded with
However,
freight.
as each locomotive needs water, sand, and lubricant on its journey, you have to place a supply tower along the route.
And it's full of meat. And so we're going to Norfolk. And what's in Norfolk is a brewery, so we'll bring back beer. So we send them steak and we bring back beer. That's pretty cool. All right, so we have to build a, so I know what to do here. This is, we're going to build a, hit down on the thing. We're going to go down here and we're going to have a supply tower. And they want the supply tower to be right here. So there we go.
Very good. Your train is now traveling between Omaha and Norfolk. But you can do even more. Each city needs goods from the surrounding area. For example, every city needs corn. Look, there is a corn farm near Omaha. Until now, the corn has made it to the city in the conventional way, but we want to change that. Now construct a rural train station in the marked location with a corn farm within its radius.
All right, sorry about that. I was just looking at the train was fun. All right, so we have a corn farm out here. So we need a small station here. At first I thought rural train station would be something on the list, but they just mean one. They just mean a small one, which is fine. Now see, if you look at the bottom here, it says show movie, select Y, remove, and cycle through buildings. I cannot select to place the building unless I hit Y first. So the controls, the menu at the bottom is a little confusing. That's
Now
what I'm
connect
trying
the
to
new
say.
rural train station to the station in Omaha.
Rural. That's easy for you to say. All right, so let's do track. And we hit A. And we hit A.
And now
Build
things are getting tricky as we have to deal with a logistical problem. As Norfolk should also enjoy fresh corn, there will soon be 2 trains traveling on the stretch of track between Omaha and Norfolk. Of course, this will then result in a conflict. Since trains cannot travel through each other, you'll need a sidetrack between Omaha and Norfolk. This consists of 1 parallel track and 2 signals. First, create a sidetrack. It needs to be at least long enough for a fully loaded train.
All right. So first we set our switch point. Now, switch is where you can turn a train onto a different track. They're also called turnouts. All right, so let's see now. Just going to go down here till it turns green. Pop. And then we're going to add track from there. No, that didn't work. What did I do wrong? All right, let's try this again. Set track point. Okay.
Excellent. However, your trains won't necessarily use the sidetrack, as they generally always take the shortest route. For this reason, you'll also have to specify the direction of travel on each parallel track.
I just want to note that if you look at this...
Now open building construction mode and set up a signal in the highlighted area pointing in the direction of the switch. Trains
right.
will then be able to stop here when the single track is in use.
I just want to note that this is actually covering both tracks now, so that's cool. Okay, so we need to place a signal, and that's under building construction. Go down, let's see, signal, there we go. A little goofball. Alright, I'm going to remove that entirely. Let's watch the video. Directional signals work like stop signals, but specify the direction of travel on the section of tracks. Okay. So what do you want me to do, game? Let's do this. And now it's saying to place a signal here. Okay. Set up signal in the highlighted area, pointing in the direction of the switch. Okay, so it wants it to point in the direction of the switch. Okay, so maybe that's what I did wrong.
Now make sure that the track can only be traveled in one direction. For this purpose, set the signal so that trains coming from the opposite direction cannot pass.
Okay.
Excellent. Now do the same on the parallel track so that each parallel track has a different direction. Place a second signal in the highlighted area and block the track to trains coming from the opposite direction. Very good. I'm sure that it wasn't at all easy. You will soon come to realize that signals are an important aid in guaranteeing smooth rail operations. You will find more information and tips under Hints and Tips. Now assemble a new train and give it a locomotive and a rail line. Your new rail line should run via Omaha to Norfolk so that the people of Norfolk can be supplied with corn.
Okay, so this train now should go on this track going out and go on this track coming in. Am I right? So let's see. Yeah, it's showing the arrows going the two different directions now, see? Okay, so that's awesome. Okay, so I need a new train. Let's see now. New train, add locomotive. We're going to buy that. And then we're going to set up from Evans Farm to Omaha to Norfolk, back to Omaha, and then it'll go back to Evans Farm and start over.
Excellent. The corn farm will automatically make use of your train because the cities along your rail line are demanding corn. Conventional transportation is much more costly for the farm.
Corn coming
We're
in.
Still missing something. Locomotives wear out over time and need to be regularly maintained so they can perform their duties more reliably. For this purpose, there needs to be at least one maintenance building on each rail line where locomotives can be serviced if necessary.
Okay.
Construct such a maintenance building at your station in Omaha now. To do this, select the station itself and expand the station with this building.
Okay, so here's the station in Omaha. Okay. We can construct the maintenance building.
Right. We've been lollygagging for long enough. I need to return to Washington for further miserable negotiations with our representatives of the people. I've written a task list for you. Take a look at it and complete the tasks within the given time period. Do not disappoint me.
I love looking at all these little models that they've designed here. It's just awesome. Okay, there's the Omaha Norfolk Expressway. Alright, he comes into the station. Let's watch him now. Alright, here's my other train. And he's just bringing mail. Alright, that's cool. Okay, so we should go out to the right, if I understand what I did. Yeah, okay. And now we should stop because we're on the siding. And the signal's against us. Okay. And that train should just breeze on through. That's awesome. Alright, guys. Well, we got a functioning railroad. I hope you liked this episode. The controls are a little janky. Sometimes you have to hit Y, even though it doesn't seem like you should have to. And other times, it's a little tricky to get the tutorial to understand what you did. Like, technically, we should have been able to put the switches the way that I originally had them. But the tutorial wanted them pointed a certain way in order to satisfy just the tutorial criteria. And that's fine. That's fine. You know, they can't think of everything. Anyway, comment below. Let me know what you think of this. Throw some likes on it. Show me some love. Subscribe for more, and I will catch you later. Goodbye.